Defense wins championships, and that's exactly what Texas needed to get over the hump of Kentucky, which some might call a trap game. I'm gonna show you the most important plays from the Texas defense. My name is Adrian Phillips, 10-year NFL vet, and you are watching Student of the Game. This is all from a bird's eye view. It's an educated guess. Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong, but that's the fun part of it. So right here, we got the first quarter of the game, right? 11 minutes left. 2nd and 8. I think this is where the tone really started early. You're going to see that Kentucky ends up making a good play, but they don't get any points out of this drive. And it really comes from what Texas does defensively. So right here, you have Kentucky having their tight end out wide. They got 4 wide, meaning they got 4 guys split out wide. They're trying to get some type of ID coverage to see if it's man or zone. Texas does a good job with showing that it's some type of zone as much as they possibly can, because they have the corner lined up on number 1 and the safety lined up on the receiver. So we're gonna motion this guy back in. They motion back in. I feel like it's some form of cover 1 because we have a cover safety right here. We got our safety right here. They're bumping coverage. 18 seems to be trailing this guy right here. So I would believe that it's some type of man coverage. It ends up being that. Texas does a good job with the pass rush. The quarterback ends up getting out the lane and ends up making a play. He slides before the first down marker, and it gets to 3rd and 1. So now it's 3rd and 1, red zone. You got to come out with points, 3 at the least. That's what Kentucky's thinking. They get to the line. They try to catch him off guard, get stuffed on the sneak, come back to 4th and 1. And I think this is where Texas has to continue to keep showing its dominance in short yardage situations like this to not let them get in the end zone. So they come down, we got a fast motion. They try to do like a halfback dive mixed direction, and Anthony Hill just comes in and blows up the whole play. Unblocked. You never want to leave a middle linebacker unblocked. Those are the guys that you want to touch off the jump. And they just don't get to him. And he comes and does what great players do, stands him up, does his thing, and we get the stop right there. So Kentucky's offense hasn't really been able to get anything going right now. They started to drive the field just a little bit, but we're getting to the end of the second quarter. It's 3rd and 14. Texas makes a few good plays, and this is just confusion from the quarterback, and this is Russian coverage working together from Texas. So Texas shows a 3-high look. That's the flavor of the year now. Like, a lot of college teams, a lot of NFL teams are playing this 3 safety look or anything like that can resemble this to make it hard for defenses to know if it's going to be cover 3, if it's going to be cover 2, if it's going to be cover 4. It makes it tough. And when you have a rush like this, it makes it even more challenging. So you're gonna see that that Texas is in the 3-high. They're gonna end up spinning to some form of cover 2 with the corners playing a deep squat because it's 3rd and 14. So they're just chilling right here. They know if they want to make Kentucky knows if they want to make the first down, then they're gonna have to push the routes down the field. But it ends up not working out. The guy that I want to circle on this play right here is number 0, Hill. Texas gets a great rush by Trey Moore off the edge. These 2 guys ball all freaking day. He gets held, doesn't matter. Quarterback ends up throwing a gift. Should have just threw it away, but great players make great plays. They make you pay when you throw mistakes like that. That was a tongue twister. That was crazy. They make you pay when you throw mistakes like that. And this is what happened right here. Great rush off the edge. It's a 4-man rush. I'm better than you are. Get around. He escapes the pocket. It's really a 3-man rush with a spy, but whatever. And Hill goes up, high points the ball, makes a great play. It was another way that Texas was able to not allow them to score, because with the struggling offense all day, you got to almost play perfect. And that's what Texas has to do every week. I know it's a 3-phase game, but hey, that defense is The defensive special team is struggling along. The offense will probably come sooner or later, hopefully. This is one of my favorite plays of the game. So it's second quarter, 18 seconds left. They're driving. It's 1st and 10. It's 7-0. They're trying to put points up before halftime. And the goal for the defense is you want to knock them out of field goal position. Like, there's not a lot of time left. A sack or tackle in bounds on a negative play really makes it tough for the offense to stay on schedule the way they want to. What I love about this, for my football knowers, if you look at this, it looks like cover one. You got one safety here, DB, DB, DB. It's showing pressure up front. You got a guy pressed right there. It looks like some form of cover one. I love this pre-snap look. This is what disguise does to college QBs. It makes it very tough because now they have to communicate and process even faster because you don't know what 6 guys are coming, right? So we're gonna run this play from the wide, but I'll talk about it a little more when we get to the back view. So we end up blitzing. Texas ends up blitzing this guy off the edge, dropping 2 guys and spinning to cover 2. They're squatting. Spinning to cover 2. Like, bro, if you're a quarterback and you see this, like, what are you supposed to do? They got you. So the next best thing to do is to go to your check down, but he doesn't have time. And that's what makes these mug fronts so hard to cover. Because you got 6 guys up front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 6 guys that are possibly able to block. So you're 6 for 6. This guy is unaccounted for. He is not in the box. If he does come, the quarterback is told to throw hot off him. That's generally what the first read would be. He would look that way, like, what's my biggest threat outside of the 6 that are in the box? If it's over there, okay, I'm going to check there first to see if he's coming. If he's not coming, then I know our protection should be great. So possibly that could be what Kentucky was doing right here, because he's going to look to that side. Now, I don't know if he was checking to see if that was hot or not, but his eyes don't get there fast enough. So he has no idea that this guy is coming. I think maybe he's just looking at these 2 guys to see if they were coming, and it worked. So he was thinking that everything was good. But Muhammad coming off the edge, we have a TE stunt, which forces these 2 guys to have to be able to play that, because if they don't, then the quarterback is going to get hit in the face by this guy right here. But one thing they teach you as a DB when you're coming off the edge, don't miss the layup. It's a fast break. A lot of people miss that, and a lot of quarterbacks nowadays are shifty. So don't miss the layup. He didn't miss it. He ends up knocking them out of field goal range. They don't end up scoring, and it's still 7-0. Like, these type of plays, the plays that were made all throughout the game by Texas defense, really allowed them to win the game because they were getting nothing from their offense. Offenses always want to stay on schedule. We talk about staying on schedule, getting positive yards, 2 to 3 yards every time to make it 3rd and short or 3rd and manageable, something that you could have. What the defense does so great here is that it's 2nd and 8. So they're looking for some type of positive play. They know that they can play with these guys, just keep the game close, and Texas knocks them off schedule. When you get knocked off schedule offensively like this, it makes it really hard. So Texas is running some type of fire zone. We got number 0 Hill right here, blitzing up the middle. We got this guy dropping. He seems like he's responsible for number 3 if he comes into his space. It's some type of 3 deep coverage, which I would assume is like a fire zone, which is 3 under, 3 deep. That means you have 6 guys in coverage. And Moore, number 8, just makes a great play to knock them off schedule. It's tough. Like when nothing is working offensively, and then on top of that, you have to go from 2nd and 8 to 3rd and 14. There's not a lot of plays you can call. There's not a lot of plays you can call, and there's not a lot of plays that will even allow you to get to that. So we get to 3rd and 14, and Texas pretty much sends the house. So we got a 0 look right here, which means that we're probably sending all 6 of these guys, which we do in some way. He has somebody screaming in his face. They're 6 for 6, so they're still able to pick this up. The pocket is still clean for them. But what Texas does that's so good right here, I love this safety play between the two safeties. It's almost like it's a fire zone, but they only really have 2 guys underneath. So it looks like some form of like match 3. And he's just hot off wherever the quarterback's looking, because he knows like the ball has to come out hot. And it does. He goes, makes a great play. Number 4 is another guy who had a hell of a game from what it looked like on the film. I don't know what he graded out, but I would think that he probably graded out pretty good because he had a couple TFLs in there. I'm pretty sure the whole defense probably graded out pretty good. So we get to all that. It's overtime. Kentucky gets down to the 2-yard line. 2-yard line. It's the first drive of overtime, so they got the ball first. So Texas really needs to stop them. It looks like they're knocking on the door, right? And that's why we always say the next play is the most important play, because they gain like 20 yards the first play, and then the next play they get there, and then we have these 2 plays right here. But the next play is the most important. And if you want to be a championship defense, this is what you got to do versus a lesser opponent. I haven't played in 2 years, but this made me want to go put the pads on right now, because these are the moments you live for. There is no scheme whatsoever. This is rugby football. Rugby football. We got 11 guys right here. We got 11 guys right here. I know where you running the ball. You know where you running the ball. Who gonna nut up, and who gonna be a bigger man, and who gonna come out with the win? I love this. The first thing that I want to outline right here are these 4 guys. When you look at the NFL games, you hear the tush push, blah, 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 all this other stuff. And what happens with that is that these linemen are able to get under the pads of the offense, of the defensive line, and wedge forward, create a new line of scrimmage, and that's how you get the game forward. Kentucky wasn't able to do that on this play. 44, 99, 93, whatever numbers them is, really just stopped them, stop all movement up front. They wedge down, they submarine. We call that submarine because if you hit the legs, then they can't move. So you're just creating a power right there. Running back tries to jump over them. It doesn't work. Then these boys tried it again for the game. Tried it again. You see this formation, there's no scheme from it. That's why Philadelphia, they have like different stuff off of it. They'll give it to this guy going around the edge, because when defenses see this formation, they're like, oh man, they coming straight up the middle. They trying us. They finna try to hit us in the face. And they tried the same thing again. And them boys put their big pads on and did the same thing. 44 getting through the line really just killed this whole play because there's no push whatsoever. 4 coming off the edge to grab legs. One thing Bill Belichick always said, I remember we were playing the Chargers in 2021, and like Austin Eckler, dude squat like 600-700 pounds. And y'all see my dog back there? She old, she can't jump up there right now. But he just drove the whole pile. So Bill was like, grab legs. That's what he said for like 2 years after that. Number 4, coming around, grabbing legs. They try to go airborne. 16, get over the top, do something. 18, come over the top, do something. That's what championship defense is. Texas cannot lose anymore, or they probably won't get into the playoffs. This is what I'm almost cussing. This is what being a championship defense look like, and having ballers saying, I don't give a damn what the call is, we finna go win. This was great by the defense. They really stepped up because our offense, Texas's offense, really needed it. They really needed it. They're gonna click soon, but they gotta keep carrying the load right now. Thank you for watching Student of the Game. I hope you learned some. I hope this was as enjoyable for you as it was for me. Like, subscribe, follow, do whatever you gotta do. I will see you next time when we talk about the offense, to show some good plays and to show some get better plays and to show how things are coming along even though it doesn't look like it.